Yan, alright. We are live. What's up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your live daily fantasy quickie, our Q&A. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure marami kayong questions for us. And as always, I'm your host, JJT, with Komish Eric. And we have our special guest. Galing to sa game. Today lang namin siya na-meet. We've messaged him a few weeks ago. Hindi lang na-push through kasi nagka-COVID situation and all dito sa bahay, so hindi rin naman natuloy. But now, natuloy na. Thankfully, umabot kami. And yeah, our guest for today, Coach Sandy Arespacochaga. Coach, welcome to Fantasy Bench Warmers.
Thank
you. Thank you for your time.
Oy, thank you.
I know you're busy pero you made time for this
Siyempre, fantasy, di ba? Iba yung pag-fantasy, di ba? Ito na trade deadline, so you know.
Di ba, excited?
Natulog ka ba kagabi? Or inintay mo?
I waited kasi
may hinihintay ka bang mangyari? Like you stashed a player in fantasy na parang hinaabangan mo. Yun yung gusto mo malaman, aabangan ko kung mangyari.
Couple of teams nag-stash ako. I stashed Isaiah Jackson.
Yan, mga sikat na stash.
Yeah, kasi sakto he had an IL designation, so I stashed him. So I'll go with a couple of my teams. And then sino pa ba stash ko? In the initial trade, so actually I don't consider it a stash kasi si Goga, I got him sa bonus trade. So I got Goga right away. So, in couple
Are you more Goga or Isaiah Jackson? I mean, more higher on any of those?
A couple of games of Isaiah Jackson, I think rebounding-wise, he's a better rebounder. But the versatility of Goga with his three-point shooting, kasi although Isaiah Jackson also hit a three, parang yung before he got injured, attempted twice, parang gano'n gano'n actually in one team I got both. Sabi ko just for insurance. Of course, I didn't know that they'll trade for another big guy, di ba? Of course they got rid of Torrey Craig, but they got another big guy.
Jalen Smith.
Yeah. Oo. So, sabi ko, bahala na. Whoever ends up,
So, hindi mo pa din drop? Kasi marami magtatanong dyan. Si Isaiah Jackson ba drop na? Kasi injured di ba? So,
I didn't I also listened kasi to, a couple of other, yung mga nagpa-podcast.
Sina Josh Lloyd?
Yes, Josh Lloyd, and Dan Besbris, Mike Gallagher. But, hindi naman, sabay-sabay, but they're high on him not just them but their sources also. So I'll hang on a bit and see. Parang I decided this week, even if I lose my matchups, parang investment for the playoffs, for the end game, parang ganon. So I didn't add drop first. I just
wait and see muna.
Mukhang sa tono ni coach, number 1 to sa league.
Yung mga ganun, yung
playoff na
yung mga may wait and see, luxury, Kasi ganun din yung ibang teams. Kaya hindi naman lahat, pero may mga teams ako na nasa 7th, 8th, kailangan kong na mag-add drop hindi na pwedeng mag-wait
Correct.
Yung mga medyo nasa top, pwedeng luxury. Coach, mate, quick question ako to relate it to real basketball. So you watch lots of NBA games then?
Yeah, oo. I also as much as possible. Yeah.
So as a coach, do you relate, like pag napanood mo tong player na to kahit na hindi pa siya masyadong gumagawa fantasy wise, stats wise, parang nagigauge mo ba na parang ito may potential to, parang feeling ko babantayan ko tong player. Like a player like Isaiah Jackson, you haven't watched him. He played a few games lang, 2 games lang. Parang if you compare him to maybe Goga, and if you watch Goga, parang as a coach, you see ba na, I think Isaiah Jackson would be a better fantasy player than Goga. May ganun bang factor as a coach?
There is a bit. I think meron player. So it helps also especially we're into basketball, 'di ba? Mahilig tayo mag-basketball. So sometimes it's good that sometimes kasi I just want to enjoy, just and not analyze.
Yeah.
Oo. But minsan masarap din 'di ba? Tapos titignan mo and then you see also why the coach uses this player, and you can see yung effect niya kasi some players don't translate sa fantasy compared to real world.
Walang stats.
Yeah, PJ Tucker for example.
Ayun, yan, PJ
That's
Tucker.
Example. One player na medyo natutuwa ako that I sort of was intrigued and I looked how he played was Herb Jones.
Yan,
He
Herb
was
Jones.
getting
Okay.
a lot of minutes and I got him, and then when I saw yung wingspan niya and how he defended, I said na this guy has the potential. And then when I saw his shot also, sabi ko, uy, he's got a good shot sabi kong ganon. And I saw his potential in steals and blocks. Sabi ko, parang ano to
Parang tatagal.
Not hype Thibault. Parang ganon.
Thibault, yes. Parang Thibault.
So, couple of my teams, I got him just before na pumutok siya. So, parang medyo I'm happy with that na parang medyo parang feel ko nandaya ako na translate ko yung pagiging
Scout.
Well, I guess it helps na kung coach ka, you can transfer. But it can go for marami sa atin nanonood ng basketball, marunong na di ba?
Yeah.
First tayo, di ba? Dapat si ganito, dapat si ganyan, di ba? So sometimes you can translate that into fantasy, di ba? So I looked at why he gets a lot of playing time. Tapos nakita ko yung ano niya, yung potential.
Yung skill set.
Yeah, and they actually play him point guard pa They let him bring down the ball, and then sila Devontae Graham are coming off screens. So they use him. Tapos
yun yung advantage of a coach Like ako, I can watch the game, I can see lang how he plays, ganyan. Pero yung to analyze it, how they make the plays, run the plays, parang laking advantage rin nun if you watch
But I think vice versa din. I think also yung hili ko sa fantasy has helped me become a better coach also. I
talaga?
Think, yeah. Oh, definitely. Kasi dati pa, way back. Like I was talking to JC Intal, for example. Way back. Way back, JC Intal. Yan, sa Ateneo days pa ni JC Intal. So I was telling JC, ang peg mo dapat si Andrei Kirilenko kasi si Kirilenko yung player ko dati sa fantasy. So I said, dapat you shore up, you have defensive stats, you rebound, and then you get assist. Dapat all-around player ka. Parang ganon. So, nagsimula yung pag-uusap ko sa kanya, tapos ini-influence ko siya na, tingnan mo to si Kirilenko, di ba? Parang ganon. So, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. Na,
siguro coach si Ford Araw, Ines Cantor, no? Parang ganon yung peg Parehas
Very
diba?
Si rebounder, tama.
Oo,
Pero
ganun
naman si Ford, di ba? Pero
tama.
But ano din, so ganun din. And then some of the players na actually we encourage also to play if they're into NBA, maglaro na kayo kasi you appreciate yung all-around game di ba? Malaking bagay 'yon So as coaches, you have to play defense also, hindi kayo pwede shoot lang, di ba? Parang ganon. The players are the all-around players, di ba? Parang ganon. So magandang sa amin 'yon, maganda ring it works both ways.
Sa fantasy coach, mahilig ka rin talaga, you're partial to mga steals and blocks guy. Ganun ka ba? I mean, yun ba yung mo talaga?
Ilang drafts na parang dati niisip ko, parang ang sarap i-punt yung blocks Di ba? Parang ang sarap i-punt yung blocks. Pero parang hindi kaya ng parang hindi ko kayang walang shot blocker sa team. Parang it goes against...
Parang ano.
Nagpa-punt ba kayo on your teams? Or you want it more balanced? Like, should be able to do everything kahit papaano. Elite in some stats, tapos yung iba, wag man punt, basta kaya ko mag-compete from time to time.
I think that's the ano.
So you don't go for players like mga Luka. Kaya kasi may perception lagi na if Luka ako, I'll punt free throws, or pag Giannis, punt free throws. Wala kayo masyadong ganun. Meron, pero you balance it out. Parang ganyan.
Yeah, ako depends on my first pick. And then I adjust. Parang ganun yung ano ko. But like I said, parang there are some stats na parang blocks. Parang hindi pwedeng wala.
Hindi pwedeng wala.
Oo, parang nahihiya ako sa sarili ko. Parang ganun.
As a coach, no? Parang defensive coach, parang ganun, tapos wala kang steals and blocks.
Yeah, oo. So,
saka yun yung yung lagi namin sinasabi, blocks and steals are very crucial in the playoffs. Kasi minsan matchup-based, there will be matchups na malakas yung kalaban mo in points. So sure talo ka or threes.
Tama. Very good.
Ang blocks and steals are chamba stats minsan sa fantasy. Like you'll never know Minsan biglang isang player doesn't steal, tapos biglang may 2 or 3 steals, di ba? Kaya sabi namin, players like Ty Bull are hindi sila valuable sa regular season. Pero sobrang valuable nila pagdating sa playoffs kasi you pick them up to win those 2 categories. Kasi si Ty Bull, wala naman siyang contribute in reality other than those 2 stats.
Occasionally, di ba? Parang ganun. Kaya ako sumama dito para may matutunan.
Lagi namin sinasabi, last year kasi ganun sa playoffs.
Okay pala dito, matututo pa ako. So may notes ako dito. No-note ko nga yun.
Lagi namin sinasabi sa mga followers, pagdating sa playoffs, you try to win the efficiency stats. So that's 3 na kagad. Turnovers, free throw, field goal. Yun kasi it's not volume So pag may na-injure ka, you can still win those. Ngayon, yung volume naman, you try to win the steals and blocks. Kasi yung steals and blocks, tsambahan
Yeah, correct.
Yung points, rebounds, pag mahina ka talaga, mahina ka. Pag malakas ka. So the rest, yun may tsamba na yun. So even if dehado ka, makakachamba ka ngayon.
Actually, yun ang nagawa ko last week sa isang league namin, Champions League. Yung sinabi ko kay Jeremy, I only had 5 or 6 healthy players. Kasi mali ang draft ko dun I had Kristaps, Brogdon, SGA, mga injured guys Pero like last week, nanalo nga ako 5-4 because of the efficiency stats. And then steals and blocks. Yun exactly ang 5 na napanalunan ko.
Okay, nice.
Kaya mahirap talaga mag-punt. Hirap mag-punt. Shoutout lang muna tayo sa mga Joseph Crisostomo watching, yan mga avid followers natin. Christopher Alfonso, Nathaniel Salavaria, Johnny Ye, Matthew Villonco, Sean Anthony Peña, Emil Toledo, FJ Dilim. Puyat daw si Johnny Ye yesterday. Nag-nap lang siya ng 1-2. Naganda talaga siya. Christian C. from our Veterans League. John Nico Ferreras from our anong league pa si John Nico? Super yata bench warmers Adil Garachico, Romulo Fiesta. Oy, Romulo, ano na nangyari sa team natin? Back. Who are your biggest winners daw? Siguro 2 winners, Coach Andy. Sinong winners mo for 3 deadline? 2 to 3 winners. I think pare-pareho naman tayo siguro. Pero for you, sige.
Kayo muna.
I think isa na lang tayo. Ang sinasabi ko the biggest winner is Andre Drummond for me.
Okay.
The biggest ad. I mean, wala akong na-ad Yun lang yung feeling ko na worth it to take the risk on Andre Drummond. Ikaw, Kamish?
Kung of course, kung winner, syempre, Ben Simmons. Kasi, if you stashed him for a long time, I think rest of the season, although, I don't think lalaro siya agad. No, I don't think he's gonna come back just tomorrow healthy na siya kasi syempre meron pa yung ramping up and everything. So kung sa ad ng pag-uusapan, I like Devin Vassell.
Yeah.
Probably the guy na most likely available in some 12-team leagues. Wala si Derek White. Siya na siguro yung mag-start at shooting guard sa San Antonio. So I like Vassell.
Ikaw, Coach?
Ako, I have to agree with Vassell, pero nabanggit na ni Commish Eric But ako, yung initial reaction ko nung tinilid si Derek White, parang why will it? Kasi ako,
yes.
I love the Spurs So, yung initial reaction ko, why will you trade Derek White? Okay sila ni DeJounte Murray.
Saka meron akong Derek White eh. Why would you trade?
Ako, may isa akong Derek White. Ako, most of my teams have a DeJounte Murray. So,
Okay.
ako sa Spurs, nasusubaybayan ko eh. So, ako parang why? Tapos yung second thought ko right away, nag-click na sa fantasy mode, uy, Devin Vassell, sabi ko. Kasi, di ba? I mean,
yeah.
You can see, kulang lang siya ng playing time and opportunity. Di ba? But, you know, the skill set, andun siya, potential for steals, occasional blocks, di ba? 3 scoring. So, ako agree. Ako yung isa, siguro
veer away from those traded players.
Yan. De, siguro, well, si Madaya kasi si Winslow, hindi trade deadline eh. Before the
Pwede
trade
na rin.
deadline, di ba? But
Pwede na traded eh.
I'll go with a different,
Pero you think Winslow will stick? Yan ang biggest question lagi eh. Kasi wala pa si Hart, right? Wala pa. Sino pa hindi naglalaro?
He'll play the 4 eh. I think he'll play the 4. Unless they decide na they just want to see sila LB, Watford. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they've got nothing to play for na, di ba? But I'm not, sorry, I just mentioned him, but I'll go with Thad Young. Para lang
Thad Young.
Para lang may iba. Okay.
Another Spurs, Spurs fan ka pala eh.
Oh.
Ang dami naming first Spurs fan dito na nag-guest.
Talaga?
3 or 4 na rin yata eh.
Okay. I'm not a Spurs fan, actually. Uy,
okay.
No, I'm not a Spurs fan. Pero, nagkataon lang, I got a lot of DeJounte. I love
Spurs players.
Si DeJounte Murray, tinarget ko talaga in almost all the teams na kung pwede kukunin ko.
Bakit, coach?
Bakit
DeJounte?
Medyo.
DeJounte muna. Bakit si DeJounte? Curious
wala
lang.
ng players. Ako rin, tinarget ko DeJounte.
Ako,
hindi, I mean, baka may reason siguro.
Ang thinking ko was, I had him also last year. Parang na-overrate ko.
Okay.
Last year. But I think, because maraming na-disappoint sa kanya last year, ngayon nakuha ko siya at a bargain. Parang ganon. Kasi triple-double threat siya. I love his rebounding and yung threes niya kulang. Which I think helped also lower his value. Kasi minsan nakaka-3 naman siya.
Kulang, pero I think this year improved.
Yes, definitely. Even his stroke, makikita mo maganda. I mean, nag-improve.
He's taking them. He's trying to take them. Kaya yun yung maganda.
Yeah. And triple-double threat plus steals eh. So ako talaga sabi ko, ang favorite combo ko, siya, tas I got Giddy later on.
Okay.
DeJounte kasi
so may assist na rin.
Poor man's triple-double. Triple single. Ay, hindi naman.
Tama. Yun. Tama.
Parang ganon. Yun yung medyo tinarget ko. Yun.
Pero why, going back to Thad Young, nabanggit mo, why do you like Thad Young?
Okay. Ito, medyo may mix pa ng konti ng... Ito, medyo may hula, I guess. Di ba? Halos lahat naman tayo dito may
speculative.
Hula. Speculation. Okay. First of all, he's going to a contender. Okay? And if you look at contenders, they love veterans. Okay? So he's coming into Toronto. So let's analyze Toronto. Diba? For me, Toronto, okay. Yung trade mismo, why would the Toronto Raptors include the first round pick if they don't plan to use Thad Young? But why will you, di ba, first round pick
yes.
for a 30-something-year-old?
Oh.
Diba? So, may plano ka for him. Right? Kasi, di ba, why will you send the first round pick? Kasi sila, iniisip nila, we'll make the playoffs. Our first round pick will not be a high pick. So, may ambition silang ganon. So, they need a veteran. So, that's why they got Thad Young. So, they plan to use him. Why will you spend the first round pick if you're, locker room presence? No, that's di ba?
Yeah. True.
They plan to use him. The times that Thad Young played, kita mo, pwede pa eh. Ang galing eh. Di ba? points, rebounds, high field goal, free throw lang, medyo masama, but steals from the center position, and sinesenter na siya, so he can guard, switchable he can guard small guys, so bagay na bagay sa modern NBA.
Saka ano siya the older version of those Toronto players. Di ba yung mold same.
Exactly.
Can play multiple positions.
Exactly, yes.
Tapos ganun din, pero mas matanda lang.
And if you look at how Toronto plays kasi, si Achua, di ba parang, uy, galing, pero minsan nakakabwisit maglaro if you, naintindihan ko why the coach doesn't play him a long time. Same with Boucher.
Ayan. Tanungin na natin.
Sige, coach.
Coach, bakit nga ba hindi nilalaro si Boucher?
Okay. Kasi kung titignan mo, fantasy siya, may blocks, may steals, may...
Yun yung hinahabol ng mga managers
Why won't the coach play him? Kasi he misses defensive assignments. Yung motor niya, sometimes nanonood lang, hindi yung nagper-pursue ng rebound. He gets blocks, steals, yes. Pero, kung i-one-on-one siya ng nasusutan din siya. So, ang number and beses...
So, liability talaga siya. Kasi fantasy managers don't see that Kasi nakikita lang natin minsan. The numbers uy, okay yung numbers. Ganda ba? Dapat nilalaro to.
Correct.
Namin, bakit ba ayaw ni... Always question yan sa namin na parang, bakit ba ayaw ni Nick Nurse tong si Chris Boucher?
Yes, di ba? He can score. May tira sa labas, di ba? Parang, pero if you look, parang, hindi yun yung gustong role sa kanya ng coach Parang dapat actually if you look at yung di ba nagkalaro na siya ng medyo tumagal na 20 plus minutes na di ba?
Yes, yeah.
So he became a good add again. And to be fair, his level of play improved during that stretch. Ang dami niyang hustle plays, ang dami niyang ginagawa na yung coach natutuwa sa kanya. If you hustle, if you do the right things, you play minutes. And it's all about playing minutes pagdating sa kanya. If you screw up, you're on the bench. So, yun yung problema niya. So, he screws up kasi he makes mistakes. So, less playing time ka. So, that's the problem with Boucher. Now, we can see also with the rest of the players coming back, na healthy sila, all of a sudden his minutes decline. The only time that it reaches 20 plus minutes, if he's doing something well, nakakashoot, na high field goal, he gets rebounds, yun yung time. So, ang iniisip ko would be, Thad Young will leapfrog Chris Boucher, Kem Birch, Achua, because he doesn't commit those mistakes nung other...
Mas experienced Very experienced. Tsaka high IQ player tong si Thad Young.
Yes,
pero coach, si Achua, pag pinapanood ko, parang mas frustrating kaysa kay Boucher.
Yes.
Di ba?
Pero kasi nakakabwis. Pare sila in the sense na pag rebound si Achua can bring down the ball.
Yes.
Uy, grabe to. May may athleticism di ba? Pero parang decision making, hindi ganun ka, parang gano'n na, parang you're not the go-to guys You need to be a role player. These are the other go-to guys. Now, Thad Young fits that mold.
Yeah. Sanay na siya
Playing time If the coach loves Chris Boucher tayo lahat, di ba? But, ayaw ng coach unfortunately di ba? So, we kahit ano sabihin natin, di naman tayo yung coach di ba?
Yeah.
So coach,
winner.
Si Boucher ba drop na for you?
No, I don't think so. I'll still hold on. Though I don't have him in my team no, say hi first. Say hi. These are my friends. My daughter.
Hi. Future fantasy manager.
Future national team and Ateneo Lady Eagle.
Yan. Hi.
Say hello. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. We're talking about NBA. Okay? No?
Alright, habang shout out muna natin. Well, si Ken. He's from New York daw sabi niya. Fan from New York. Thank you for watching, Ken. Si Adnil had IJ stashed and Jalen Smith. So at least meron kang backup. Siya, Manyala Cruz is watching. Sana raw, sabi ni Christopher Alfonso, masulit niya si Ben Simmons kasi he traded Gary Trent Jr. for Ben Simmons.
Wow.
Well, nung umpisa parang okay na yun, sulit na yun, no? Ben Simmons, Gary Trent lang binigay mo, pero pag pinapalit mo si Gary Trent ngayon, para may pustahan kami, coach. Tingnan ko kung saan ka. Coach, may pustahan kami ni Eric. Okay. Who will rank higher per game by the end of the season? Drew Holiday or Gary Trent Jr.?
Ooh! Grabe steals ni Gary Trent this year no?
Nung sinimula namin yung pustahan, sabi ko, sure win ako dito sa loob-loob ko. Parang sure win to. Drew Holiday, Gary Trent nang lalaban. Pero ngayon parang talo pa ako eh.
I didn't think masusustain ni Gary Trent yung niya yung production niya eh.
So, saan ka ngayon doon, coach?
Interesting. Ano yung bet ninyo? Higher rank at the end of the year?
Per game. Hindi siya total sa.
Okay.
Game.
Per game, sige, J-Ro ako. J-Ro Holiday.
J-Ro pa rin.
Per game. Pero pag totals...
Pero close sila. I think lamang na siguro ngayon si Gary Trent. With the way
lamang siya ng couple of spots lang.
Yan, close yan.
Dikit. Yeah.
Pero ako talaga hindi rin ako naniwala na he could sustain yung value, yung steals niya, which this year lang naman siya nagka-steals talaga ng ganyan.
Yes.
Pero 50 plus games into the season So parang, di ba? 20 games left 20 plus games left. So parang kaya na siguro.
Yeah, correct.
Baka nga. Teka, tingnan natin. Joey Villar. Coach, si Sir Joey Villar. Hi daw, Coach Sandy. It's been a while. Hindi raw niya alam na you're into fantasy rin.
Hi, Sir Joey.
Seymour Seniorin is watching. Pat Monreal, Tracy, Nicomedes. Oy, Tracy, pagbigyan mo naman kami sa Castaway League. 8 games ahead as the first place. Mukhang secure na. Daryl Chavez, Dupac Segovia, dami. Fourth araw is Carlos Boozer type daw or Drew Gooden. Nabanggit
Pwede
yan.
rin.
Ito, question. Ralph Sunga. Rest of the season outlook. Okongwu, Kleber, or Sengun? Sengun yan? Ano ba yan? Ay ka ba, coach, kay Sengun?
Ako, I had him sinastash ko pero na-drop ko din. Pero in another team, I got him Tapos titiisin ko na lang, sabi ko.
Ano sa tingin nyo? Okongwu, Kleber, Sengun. Rest of the season, who's the better player? Given all... Kasi Kleber, may opportunity na
siya, sneaky
I think si Okongwu medyo out of the question ng konti kasi medyo wala naman nag-change sa niya.
Yeah, but kasi nakakabwisit kay Okongwu kasi ako Capella owner ako Nakakabwisit.
Oo, tama.
Parang, di ba, parang he'll come up with these occasional games na all of a sudden si Capella's limited to 24 minutes, 26 because ang galing ni Okongwu di ba? Pero
minsan nga, good start Capella like first half pa lang, first quarter, 8 rebounds, 9 rebounds na. Tapos pagdating sa dulo, ending niya mga 10 lang, 12 lang. Kasi si Okongwu biglang pinalaro ng ang tagal
Yeah, and the thing with him is, especially on defense, he can switch to smaller guards. So that's a big luxury now in basketball now, the bigs that can switch onto guard. So
Pero of the three, who do you like more?
Siguro depends on your team. Kasi si Kleber, hindi flashy but will give you threes and blocks. So depends and it will be consistent. Parang boring 2-2 pero at the end of the week, 8 threes pa na tong si Kleber with 6 blocks or something like that, di ba? But I'll go with Sengun. Higher upside tingin ko, lalo na kung grabe yung niya yung potential niya, pati may pasa. Yun ang problema lang, di napapalaro So,
yun yung pinaka-question. Kaya lagi natatanong to. Kasi clearly, kung maglalaro naman siya, kahit consistently lang ng minutes,
Yeah.
Sengun yan.
Yeah. And you factor in that Dallas and Atlanta are in the playoff hunt and the Rockets are not. So
Yes.
towards the end, is it possible they just sit Wood and sige, Sengun, let's see what you've got, di ba? If that happens, and if that happens during fantasy playoffs, oh man.
Yun nga.
So that thought alone, I'd go with Sengun. I'll risk it kahit na let's say mas solid si.
Pero of course, that's assuming you are medyo secured ka na with your fantasy playoff. Baka nasa 9th place ka tapos stash mo pa rin si Sengun.
Yeah.
Wala na, hindi ka naaabot.
Correct.
Kumish, ikaw, Sengun ka din?
Yeah, Sengun ako there. Tama si Coach eh. It's yung possibility lang, the upside of Sengun, too high for me not to, stash him. And lately kasi like kanina pangit ng laro. Pero 20 minutes na eh. Nandun na sa 20 eh. So far, hindi na bumaba sa 20 last 3 to 4 games. Although hindi siya nag-start kanina, pero nandun na sa 20. If he can just maintain 20 minutes, feeling ko at least may konti ng value na lalabas dun kung may ganung minutes na siya. Dati kasi it was 12, 13, 14, minsan ganun lang. So medyo masyadong konti. Ngayon kasi nakikita ko they're playing him more slowly.
Yan. So pag may luxury ka stashing, pwede.
Yes, correct. That's very important. Luxury if you have that.
Aniskal Waf. Watching Nico Caranton, Renald Felicier,ta mga kasama natin sa different fantasy FBW leagues. Sian Tan, Eric Espejo. Ito, tanong, tanking na ba ang Spurs? Are you worried about DeJounte? Yan, pinag-usapan DeJounte kanina eh. So, si Christopher Alfonso, worried siya baka matank na raw ang Spurs and then they will sit DeJounte later on.
Ako big worry ko yan.
So, kasi ito si Christopher Alfonso, one of our mahilig to mag-trade. Yan, yung mga player na yung tipong na-trade na niya yung player na yon after a few trades, bumalik ulit sa kanya. Ganun ka lupit yung hilig niya mag-trade. Nice. So, iniisip na niya ngayon kung iti-trade na, isi-sell high na niya ngayon si DeJounte. Actually, gusto nga kunin sa akin to ni Christopher Alfonso. Pero baka sa ibang teams siya. So, medyo worrying. Pero siguro, just ride it out.
Yeah. Ang hirap kasi sa Spurs.
Ito, Coach. Quick lang before you, would you rather have DeJounte or Steph?
Oh.
Yan ang... Ikaw, Mish. Alam
Steph
ko, may galit.
May galit ako kay Steph, pero yun nga, overall, I think okay naman si Steph compared to DeJounte. Tapos yung shutdown or tanking risk ng Spurs, feeling ko meron eh. May possibility given Derek White na binenta and everything, stockpiling first round pick. So possible. So Steph pa rin muna.
Ikaw, Coach. Steph?
Ako, it can go both ways eh. Kasi if the Golden State Warriors are far ahead na, pwede rin ipahinga na si Steph.
Tama.
The thing with the Spurs kasi, ba't tinid si Derek White? Di ba? Bakit? Di ba? Why? Di ba? So, tanking. Pero if you look at their standings, position nila, for the ano tawag nito? Yung playoff na... Play-in, oo.
Yes.
Malapit lang sila.
Parang teka, sandali, parang pwede pa eh. 'Di ba? Ang biggest worry ko actually was if they traded Pertel kasi may chismis na iti-trade siya for PJ Washington ba or something like that.
Yeah.
Parang ganun eh. Tapos doon yung iniisip ko, teka, mas nakakatakot yun. Kasi hope na lang to pero baka dahil kasi DeJounte owner ako eh. Pero kasi they can actually trade Derek White kasi ang laki ng kontrata ni Derek White and they see the future in Devin Vassell and possibly si Primo, di ba? Kasi pag pinapalaro din si Primo, okay din, di ba? May steals, may blocks pa nga minsan, may threes eh. So, parang ako iniisip ko, are they really tanking or are they being smart and thinking, let's try to play for this year, pero kung hindi, we're building for the future na rin.
Medyo may flexibility ng konti.
May flexibility, di ba?
Dito man na-differentiate yung hardcore fantasy-owned managers versus yung casual lang. Pag ina-analyze na natin kung bakit nila tinrade yung player na yan, contract, dahil ano na yan, hardcore fantasy analysis na yan. Kasi ang dami ng kino-consider eh.
Yeah, I think that's very important eh. Kunyari, paano ba to? In a 20-team league siguro or 16-18, depende sa league nyo. Sino to? Si Collins. Zach Collins ba?
Jack Collins.
Ayan,
Zach
Collins.
So, the past 2 games na linaro niya, promising. He had a 10-point game, tapos may steal, may block, may 4, 5 assists ba? Pa 7 rebound, gano'n.
Yeah.
Tapos may 3 pa. And if we look back sa draft, high-ranked siya. Yung review sa kanya sa dati, entering Portland, mataas eh.
Yeah.
Puro injuries lang siya. Di ba? Yeah. So, is it also the reason why they traded away Thad Young and Drew Eubanks? So that's 2 big guys who are okay. Di ba? Because they also see, uy, teka, sandali, we see something in this young kid. Di ba? So, can you say that they're tanking or, di ba, parang combination eh. Kasi may ano eh, ang galing eh. Di ba? So, I'm hoping that the Spurs are playing both. Parang, sige, build tayo for the future. Pero kung aabot this year, subukan natin.
Yeah.
Yun yung hope ko.
Saka siguro ngayon, we also with the FBW leagues, we learned our lesson last year. Kasi last year, sinagad namin yung playoffs and all. This year, we put it a couple of weeks in advance. So,
avoid the
2021, 22. So, you avoid the tanking a little bit. Pero yung rest, I think, at this point, di mo na masabi. Anyone can just sit and rest eh. Wala na rin eh. And sometimes, worse na nga ngayon eh. If they sit one, they will sit everyone. Like parang, ipo namin si Dijon, si Steph. Upo na rin namin si Clay. Upo na rin namin si Wiggins. Tapos, balaroin muna natin yung mga. So, I think wala na rin yung rest na yan. Ito, let's see some questions here. Who do you think will start sa Wizards? Ish Smith and Raul Neto. Sa dami.
Ayan, magandang question yan.
Actually, ito yung question. Sabi ko nga, ito, si Joseph Crisostomo nagtanong. Kasi kanina nag-uusap kami. Sabi ko, I think, wala ka nang mapupulot eh from the trade that happened, yung aftermath ng trade. Parang in a 14 teams, halos wala ka nang mapupulot. Yung 2 players lang ang mahanap mo dyan. Ish Smith, Raul Neto. Mapapaisip ka na ngayon, do I pick up Ish Smith or do I pick up? Both have good, kahit pa paano decent fantasy upside siguro. Not too high pero tama lang. Who do you think starts? Oy, Raul Neto kanina 21 points. I think he had 6-7 assists.
Correct.
So, Ish Smith or Raul Neto is the ad. I think lahat nagpapakiramdaman eh. Walang gusto mag-add eh.
Correct. And if I may add also, parang marami sa mga parang nagbe-benefit from itong trade deadline, maraming bigs eh. Kesa guard. That's why in a couple of my teams, instead of, parang iniisip ko, sige, parang I'll go Thad Young dito ako. Parang I'll go Thad Young. Ngayon, if he doesn't pan out, okay lang, di ba? I have a
dami options eh.
Kasi si Kleber nandyan. O sabihin natin, Dwight Powell pa. Worst case, di ba? But you've got si Jalen Smith is still there. Di ba? Parang ang daming bigs na available. But if you look at the guards, the 2 guys that you mentioned, yun yung pinaka
well, for now, sila yung pinaka at least from the trade deadline aftermath.
Yeah, with the potential to start eh. So, parang laking factor nun.
Ano sa tingin mo, coach? Sino ka doon?
Ako, Ish Smith.
Ikaw, Eric.
Ang hirap. Pero Raul Neto ang only because he's been there from the start. So parang feeling ko baka, 'di ba? Baka bigay sa kanya out of since nandiyan na siya, knows the system. So baka siya. Pero I picked him up with the thinking na if Ish starts, I'm gonna swap right away. Pero pinick up ko na sila Raul Neto sa league.
Pero parang better upside si Neto eh. Ish kasi mas konting stats yung nabibigay niya in terms of catch, di ba? Good field goal, siguro may points, assists. Si Neto may mga steals pa. Ewan ko lang, baka ako lang yun, pero parang mas maganda.
Pero tanong ko kay Coach Kristaps, Coach, maglalaro ba this season?
Tingin ko, hindi eh.
Hindi na rin.
Before, sige, balik muna ako sa Neto,
sige.
Smith ng konti, then we'll...
Sige, go.
Kami tayo kay Kristaps. Kasi ako, una gusto ko sana si Neto, parang player namin si Matt Neto at si Mike Neto. Wrong. Kulang.
Para hindi malito.
Sorry. Uy, galit ni Matt Neto kanina.
Oo nga.
So, ako pinili ko Ish Smith because one, why would they trade for Ish Smith? Di ba? Parang yun yung inisip ko. And two, last year, actually, Ish Smith played for the Wizards.
Di ba they traded, sino ba tinrade nila?
Harrell.
Si Harrell.
Yeah, so I mean, sa akin, parang okay, parang bonus na rin na add-on. Pero inisip ko, okay, pero bakit siya? Kasi the Charlotte Hornets, who's their backup point guard?
Wala na
ngayon.
So,
yun pa isang question na maraming nagtatanong.
The Wizards probably requested for Ish Smith. Kasi hindi yan binato ng, kung ako yung Charlotte, ibabato ko si si 4 or alam mo yan? Why will I give up a valuable backup point guard to LaMelo who is foul prone? Injury prone minsan si LaMelo, kaya nakakabisit. May LaMelo ako. It's biglang mag-2 fouls ka sa first quarter. Ako naman to si LaMelo. Though, si Smith in playing. Pero nung sa start, siya yung pinaka-backup eh. Kasi yung ito pa, last year, Ish Smith was with Washington. And nung wala si John Wall, si Ish Smith yung starter.
Yun nga. Yun yung kaya nagiging challenging tong battle ni Neto and kasi both of them can produce.
Yes. So, inisip ko na lang, last year, si Ish Smith yung ginawang starter, si Neto yung backup. So,
pwede.
But to be honest, it can be a 50-50 coin flip.
Yeah, yun nga eh.
Meron pa actually, may Denny Avdija pa dyan eh.
Yes, yun yung sabi ni, ng coach, Wes Unseld, sabi niya, they might play Avdija at some point.
Yes, correct.
In the future. So, siguro, you just pick one, bahala na, and see what so in reality, if you pick one and then it doesn't pan out, it won't hurt. Just stream the spot.
Yes, correct.
I don't think sobrang game changer yung Schmidt and Neto eh. I don't think.
Yeah, I think educated guess na lang yung speculative, like si Thad. Di ba? Pagtingin ko sa stats kanina ng Raptors, ang galing ni Boucher. Uy, paano ni Tad Young? Pagtingin ko sa Washington Wizards, di ba ito si Ish Smith. Uy, ang galing ni Neto. Paano matatalo ni Ish Smith to, di ba?
Ito, PX Dalagan, advice daw kay PJ Washington, 16 Team 9 ka. So, hold, PJ Washington. Hold ba? Too good to drop eh. 16 team
16 team. Yun.
Wait and see.
Depends who's available.
Yeah. Depends who are you adding.
For me, loser, medyo loser siya sa trade deadline. Siyempre, with Harrell coming in, wala namang umalis. So, siyempre, mas crowded ang rotation. Pero, in a 16-team league, parang it's hard to find. I mean, I don't know sino available, pero yung ganyang player.
Yan yung mga available eh. Kleber, Dwight
in 16 team, I doubt na available pa siya sa 16
Hindi, meron ako. 16 team. 18 team na meron.
Okay.
May 16 teams din ako.
Kleber
than
Powell.
Washington. I'd rather sila. Kahit mas magaling si Washington. Kasi ang problema with Charlotte, they don't play him at the 4 eh. They play him as the 5 eh. Ang 4 si Miles Bridges, tsaka si Oubre pa yung nagfo-4 eh.
Yeah.
So, parang limited. Pero magaling sa Washington eh. Had him last year. So,
ito, si Adrian Peña Florida, I drop Beverly for Neto.
I love it.
Nasaan daw siya kasi na GTD.
Laging GTD. Set kay Pat Bev para game time decision.
Well, kung naghahabol ka for a slot for the playoffs, that might work na.
Correct.
Diba? Kasi
ako, I love Pat Bev din talaga.
Ako rin
Sobrang love ko yan. Pero alam mo, ang hirap eh. I mean, ilang games pa lang ko siya nagagamit this season dahil sa puro injuries, iba-iba pang injuries eh. So, I guess okay lang if per game, obviously Patpev wins out. Pero kung puro every other game ang lalaroin niya, I guess it's okay to move on din.
Yeah. Correct. Ken GC is watching ang winners daw niya, Vassell, Tad Young, and Davion Mitchell. Davion because of the Haliburton trade siguro. Paolo Sumera is watching Rex Arthur. Johnny ayun, nabanggit na. Rex Arthur, should I drop Beefs 2 for Max? Hindi. For Maxi Kleber. O sige, drop ba si Beef, Isaiah Stewart?
I had him before, na-drop ko yan eh. Pero medyo shallow league naman.
Ngayon, for Kleber. Grabe, kung start ng season to, hindi na pinag-uusapan.
Ako hindi. Ako I won't drop Isaiah Stewart. I feel, although Bagley is there, pero feeling ko the minutes will still be there. He's starting to pick up his game na eh. Kleber din kasi medyo inconsistent eh. So parehas lang eh.
Yeah.
So I'd go Stewart.
Saka wait and see ka na lang muna kasi the way Stewart has been playing lately, medyo maganda yung pinapakita niya eh. So I siguro I'd follow up to that. Kelly Olynyk. Hold or drop na?
Yan ang maganda.
Yan sigurado marami nag-stash kasi admittedly
nag-stash ako niyan.
Sa podcast namin we tell people
coach,
to stash.
Dinap mo na ba si Kelly?
Oo, dinap ko na.
Okay. Ikaw, Komish, drop na?
Drop na for me. Again, bakit nila pipick up si Bagley kung di nila
gagamitin?
Titingnan in the next few games or in the remaining games kung they will resign him. Kasi, siya free agent siya restricted. I'm not sure if restricted or unrestricted. Pero, they have to sign him, so they have to know what they have, diba? So, medyo bad for Olynyk.
I think 12 yung
walang
sure drop. 14, hirap na rin to stash eh. I don't think you'll stash him for anything eh. Wala eh. Today, hindi na naman okay. Ano yung coach?
Olynyk's the best big. But, ang hirap eh, kasi they would want to see, like you said, who's playing the 5 position? Si Stewart, di ba?
Yeah.
Who's playing the backup 5? Si Olynyk. Si Bagley is coming in. Is he gonna play the 4? Si Jeremy Grant yung 4 eh. Di ba? Parang ang dami pang questions dun eh. And
he's not playing well. Si Olynyk right now. He's not playing well. So, if there's a time to drop, maybe now na yon. Para just in case, di ba, nag-clear siya ng waiver, pwede mo pa siyang makuha.
Like, for me, I dropped Olynyk, I picked up Tad Young.
Ayun. If you have that.
I do that.
So, parang
pwede na. But if you want to wait and see what happens with Bagley, then if may time.
Feeling ko nakikita yung age nating tatlo eh. Kasi si Tad Young, hindi na nakita ng ibang mga bata yung
yung Tad Young na to. 3 years na yata irrelevant si Tad Young sa fantasy eh.
Hindi kasi ako, ang few lang ang ads ko after the trade deadline. And a lot of them, majority of them is Tad Young din. So parang nakikita yung natin.
Na-feel ko nga nasayang yung puyat ko dahil dun sa wala naman akong na-ad.
The trade deadline was exciting. But in terms of fantasy implications, boring. Pero Harden, everyone owns Harden. Di ba? Parang Harden.
Wala.
Di ba? I mean,
yun na lang, Vassell, Tad Young, which are low-end players. Medyo low-end. At least si Tad Young, medyo low-end. Like I said,
si Bagley, I think, si Bagley was added by a lot of managers, nakita ko. So one of probably the more popular ads, si Bagley.
Yeah. It make okay lang rin naman kasi speculative, not bad, diba? Bagley. May pangalan eh.
Bagley, though.
But yeah, Beefs 2, I would rather hold on muna to Beefs 2.
Pero curious ako, coach, sa tingin mo kay Bagley. Well, what's wrong with him? What do you think?
Okay naman, field goal, points, rebounds, pero parang yun ang binibigay eh. Not good sa free throw, inconsistent sa defensive stats.
Baka parang Boucher din yan, hindi rin okay as a real basketball player.
Well, yung ano rin siya, potential na hindi nagta-translate into
Actual.
so nasuskoran din siya. Yun din yung problem niya. Tapos, 'di ba, parang balita pa na.
Pero we can see kasi Sacramento is one of the not so good franchises eh.
Yes. But to be honest,
although Detroit is not any better,
but to be honest, I think that the Kings played him to showcase him for a trade.
Yeah.
Because it was a bit perplexing for me. Rashawn Holmes, di ba? Tapos, well, lately na lang si Rashawn Holmes di pinapalaro. That's another, ang sakit sa puso, but I had to drop.
Oh, yan. Rashawn Holmes, drop. Drop na.
Yan yung hinihintay kong trade. Kung na-trade.
Yeah, marami yan. Ako rin eh.
And, so
drop na. Maraming nagtatanong yan, for sure. Rashawn Holmes, drop na.
Teka, ilang team league coach dinap mo si Rashawn Holmes?
Isang 14, isang 16.
16, nalalim na nun. So, ikaw, Kumish.
Bigat, wala.
I have him in a 12. I'm still holding on. Kasi yun nga, maganda naman yung position ko doon. So, siguro, that is, hoping pa rin, kasi masakit nga, sa na-i-drop eh. Kasi I'm a Holmes fan din. Alam nila yan lahat. I love him. So parang, sige, tingnan ko muna for a couple of games. Baka naman, like the last game, foul trouble siya agad. Baka naman maka 25 minutes siya off the bench at makakuha pa ng konting ano. Pero yes, I would agree na he's close to dropping. I would understand people dropping him. Wala eh.
Ang hirap ng situation ni Holmes eh. Kasi can he play the power forward? Hindi. Yeah. That's the best power forward. Actually, Bagley or Metu pa ako yung... that's why I think pinalaro lang si Bagley para ma-showcase siya eh. But yung Metu may 3, di ba? May blocks.
Yes.
So, Harrison Barnes' best position is the 4 spot, di ba? And Sabonis is, ang galing eh. First game pa lang, grabe na eh. Di ba? So, 5-4. Can he play some 4? Pwede. That means Harrison Barnes will play some 3. But they got a lot of wings na ang gagaling din. Diba? I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people were not too upset with Sacramento kasi parang nabawi nila yung Haliburton trade kasi they got quality players in return. Sila Holiday, diba? Sila, diba? So DiVincenzo. Exactly. So, where will DiVincenzo play? At the 2. Davion Mitchell, 1. Magsasabay Fox and Mitchell, pwede. So, who will slide to 3? DiVincenzo. So, parang saan sisingit si Holmes kung nagsa-slide down sila?
Yeah. So, wala na. For those asking, pwede na.
Down sa bonus.
Pag may injury, siguro. Only hope.
Pero, baka by that time, wala ka na sa playoffs, guys. So,
yun. That's why.
So, if you're holding on to by that time, wala na, tapos na.
Tama si Coach yun din ang hinihintay ko kahapon eh. Hanggang 4 a.m. titingnan ko. Wala bang Rashawn Holmes? Impossible.
Madami ako hinihintay. Jeremy Grant, hinihintay ko. Rashawn Holmes.
Hindi. Yung Jeremy Grant, medyo mas sure akong hindi matatrade eh. And merong ibang factors kasi doon eh. Pero yung Rashawn Holmes, sobrang logical na i-trade mo na eh. You can get something in return eh. So parang nagulat ako na hindi nila trade.
And yung Washington, well, short-lived yung yung saya ko doon sa Washington, yung Harrell trade. Kasi nga, kala ko magagamit na si Gafford. And then a few minutes after, biglang na-trade si Porzingis sa kanila. So parang...
Kristaps, I think Kristaps will sit. Or play them few games. Kasi it doesn't make sense eh. The Washington Wizards, why did they trade their starting point guard away?
Hindi, kasi their starting point guard is not happy. And they're not happy with him.
Okay. Walang problema. Pero, di ba, okay, so pwede sabihin, kapalit naman yan si Kristaps who's injured, di ba? Parang, sino point guard mo? Ish Smith and Raul Neto. Wow! Pang playoffs Di ba? So, silang parang mag-playoffs eh. Di ba?
Yeah. Actually, may point yun. And one thing rin na naisip ko, there could be something wrong with Kristaps. Parang health-wise, parang maybe Dallas was fed up with him being not healthy all the time. So parang, kasi labi sabi ba, Dinwiddie and who nakuha nila, parang you could have gotten more, di ba?
Yeah, correct. I agree.
Which is weird. So parang for me, ang weird nun, ang dami mong options for Kristaps eh. But why trade for these two
Tapos
players? Parang,
Doncic pa nagpakita pa ng 50-point game. Parang, we don't need Kristaps. Di ba?
Oo, di ba?
Oo nga eh.
Kaya ko
Yeah.
yung production niya. Ako na mag-isa.
Pero actually medyo tempted ako with Bertans. Medyo intrigue ako with Bertans. Kasi baka magkaroon siya ng minutes.
Spacer. Yeah, floor spacer for Luka, di ba?
Oo, di ba? So, yun yung isa sa mga iniisip kong stash yung mga 18 team deeper league.
Pero si Bertans, in 18 or 20 teams siguro I could see that. Pero in a shallower league kasi he really does nothing but shoot eh. Alam mo yun? Talagang pag nakakuha ng bola, talagang bato na eh. Bato na. Talagang shoot 3 points and 3 points lang eh.
Intrigue lang ako. Just something to watch. Yung babantayan ko rin yun. Yung Bertans.
Pero going to Kristaps, yes, I think may something wrong with the knee. They're saying sore knee, pero feeling ko may something there eh. So baka Dallas, since they're gonna go to a playoff run, maybe they wanted to get rid of it already. Yung contract niya, medyo 3 more years of 30-something million eh. So, that is possible.
And then Washington might be playing for next year. Bill and Kristaps solid din.
Kaya maraming nagsasabi loser si Gafford and Harrell. May ibang sectors nagsasabi na panalo. Dahil nga ganito eh. May people who are thinking na Kristaps will play. May iba thinking Kristaps won't play. So kaya for me, if you have Harrell or Gafford, for the meantime, I would just look at it short term. I'll add them wherever they're available. I'm not Harrell, sorry. Thomas Bryant and Gafford.
Ako inad ko si Thomas Bryant in some leagues eh.
Yes. For the short term, I'm not saying that Kristaps won't play. But, I mean...
As long as Kristaps is not playing, may silbi.
Yes.
Yeah. One less center eh. Diba? So, they got the minutes na sila na nga yung naglalaro lagi eh. So, ito, Renald Felicerta. Possible trade targets for Westbrook. Mas madali sa fantasy kasi hindi 40 million pinag-uusapan natin dito eh. Sa fantasy, any player pwede. Pero sinong trade target? Kahit ba sa fantasy, mahihirapan din i-trade si mukhang
ano na lang, coach? Anong gagawin mo if you own Westbrook? Or do you own Westbrook?
No, I avoided Westbrook eh.
Okay, good for you. Pero if you own him, anong gagawin mo?
Ang hirap kasi depends on your fantasy league. Kasi the fantasy leagues na puro pag matagal na kayo, wala ka na mauuto eh. Wala ka na.
Actually, true yun. Totoo yun.
Mauuto eh. Di ba parang, for example, Josh Giddey, ako offer ko si Westbrook for Josh Giddey. Tapos sasabihin ko, 30 minutes per game na lang si Josh Giddey. Pero, mas hindi masakit si Josh Giddey. I'd rather Josh Giddey than Westbrook eh. Parang ganun eh. Kasi, ang problema kay Westbrook, sasaktan ka eh. Hindi okay lang wag ka mag-produce eh, pero ini-negative ka eh. Yun yung sakit eh. Diba?
Saka bad timing to trade. Mahirapan ka to trade Westbrook at this point.
Correct.
You always say,
pero pag
trade is about timing eh.
Pag gusto niya ng players talaga, humanap din siya ng medyo problematic players siguro. Tapos
Dame Lillard,
you have to... I mean, yeah, of course, you get Lillard or Paul George or mga ganyang players. Pero
yung mga high risk din na may potential to return.
Kristaps. Yan.
Pero mahirap to get Kristaps. I think kailangan mo i-package Westbrook.
Pwede.
Or low end. I'm thinking yung Giddey kasi, yes, rookie kasi. So parang feeling ko people are more higher rookie. Parang somebody like a Keldon Johnson siguro. I mean, wala eh. Wala namang, di ba? Walang kadating-dating si Keldon Johnson.
Westbrook.
Di ba? Parang baka
Malik
pwede.
Monk.
Or something like that. Yeah. Pero kung ako yon, I would not accept all those deals. Pero feeling ko mas may chance.
Hindi, wala. Mababa na talaga yung value. Timing din is everything. Yung timing rin, this is the lowest of low na yata of Westbrook eh.
Yeah, but then depends on your team build siguro. Kasi if you can withstand his negatives, this is also the time to get him. Kasi triple-double threat eh. Diba?
That's true.
Yeah.
Westbrook is poor man's Westbrook of last year. Parang gano'n eh.
Actually, stats-wise naman, kumbaga, kaya pa rin niya magbigay ng stats. So, yun na lang. I think wag mong isipin yung naririnig mo on social media kasi that's basketball sense eh.
Depends on your build. And baka nga it will play into your favor because you can show, oh, you saw the air ball of Westbrook. Oh, man, di ba? Sige, trade niyan, di ba? Parang gano'n. You might get him cheap, di ba? For all you know, di ba? So,
pero yun yung nabanggit namin dati, if you already have a high turnover team, yung tipong may KPJ ka kanwari, yung tipong ganun din, the same.
Pwede pa rin yun, mag-work pa rin yun.
Parang kunin mo na lang, akin na lahat yung mga basura na yan, mga ayaw ninyo. And then you'll be strong in, I guess, rebounds, assists, yung mga strengths nila.
Westbrook, pwede siya with a team that has a lot of Jarrett Allen, mataas yung field goal percentage.
Pwede rin.
Yan,
Rebound, you shore up the rebounding. You have Gobert, di ba? Mga ganun.
Yun, pwede yun. Yung i-combine mo doon sa teams na
pwede rin yun.
Medyo
pwede.
can augment yung mga weaknesses ni Westbrook. Yan, pwede ka pumili siya. Ito, Dame. Drop na ba, Dame?
Yeah. For me, I don't see him.
Sinong Gordon to? May Gordon ba na drop?
Eric Gordon siguro.
Pwede na drop Eric Gordon. Drop.
Pero Dame, I don't see Dame coming back. There's no way babalik siya. I mean, anong babalikan niya?
Yeah.
Di ba?
Dennis Uiching watching, Jonas Puno, Lo Bautista, 20-point Ligat Vassell. Ginamit daw niya waiver to Gafford, drop Holmes already. Oh, yan. Okay, that's a good move. Is Hayward, Gordon Hayward done for the season? Almost done for the season.
The one thing
drop na. I think ako I will drop na.
Talaga? Okay.
For me.
Hindi, ikaw, coach. Anong team mo?
Hold?
Going for the Hornets, they're battling for a playoff spot eh. So he has incentive to come back. Yun lang yung iniisip ko.
I agree.
Yeah. Pero if you're battling for playoff.
Pero may nakita akong mga
team ko kasi na din-drop ko siya. Nasa 7th ako eh. Mga 2 games above the 9th lang eh. So,
kasi have an IL spot, mas stash mo siya. Pero kung
dami kong nasa IL eh.
Wala. Tama.
Wala na. Nainis na rin ako eh. Kasi parang kakabalik lang. Tapos, minsan na caught up with the emotions eh. Nakakainis naman to, the-drop ko na.
Pero the injury looks bad eh. I mean, sounds bad. Kasi out, diba, indefinitely. So, week 17 na tayo. So, there's possibility din when he comes back, medyo playoffs na or kasagsagan na ng playoffs. So, there's there. But, for me, pag may IL, isa-stash ko na lang. Kung kaya.
Kaya, correct.
So, yung Dame pala, going back to Dame, drop na?
Ako, drop na rin ako. I agree with...
Madaming questions about Dame eh.
Kasi, if you were Dame, would you be excited? Oh, I want to play the 2-man game with Justice Winslow.
Nurkic, andyan pa naman si Nurkic.
Ay, okay.
And Josh Hart.
Sa bagay, Josh Hart. Pwede. Pero,
puro defensive players na
okay.
Na hindi makashoot eh.
Diba? So babalikan ni Dame si Simons, okay naman, di ba? O starting sila sa backcourt, si Josh Hart at the 3, si Nurkic at the 5, di ba?
Pwede.
Tapos
si Winslow at the 4.
Winslow at the 4, good, nagkalo. Tapos yung 6-man nila, paladoy nyo na si Chauncey Billups, pwede yan!
Pwede na, balik na si Billups.
Pwede. Dami questions about Dame actually. Mark Jerry Crisoldogo, good evening, Mark. Aldrich Trinidad, Ishmit, nasagutan namin. Medyo iffy pa, 50-50 Ishmit and Neto. Luigi Custodio, ayan, may question naman, drop Dame. 20-team points league. Who to drop if ever magkaipitan ng stream? Sengun, Vanderbilt, Harrell, Gafford. Hirap yan ha. Sure naman Vanderbilt you'll keep eh.
Hindi ko maintindihan bakit maraming ayaw kay Vanderbilt.
Oo nga, galing ni Vanderbilt ah.
Hindi paano ba ito? Hindi sexy, walang points walang points.
Walang points.
If hold nyo si Isaiah Stewart, dapat i-hold nyo si Vanderbilt. They give you similar stats eh. Pero I think ang question dito, Sengun, Harrell, and Gafford dun sa tatlo, who to drop if ever. I think, you wait and see what happens with Harrell.
Yes, correct.
Yun na lang. Kasi hindi pa natin alam if does Harrell play a big role kasi daming centers ng Charlotte eh. So, Sengun, alam mo naman, maraming fans of Sengun, I'm sure. Walang magsasabi sa'yo na drop Sengun. Tama ba ako? Walang sabi. So, it's either Harrell or Gafford depending on the role that they play. Have Smart and traded for White. Malas daw. White ba sa tingin nyo will have big drop in fantasy value? Anong tingin nyo dyan? Kasi,
ano tingin mo, Coach?
Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. Where does White sit there?
I think definitely he's not droppable. He's too good. Will he be affected? Possibly. But will he have an opportunity to play? Yes. Kasi imagine si Smart, starting five nila. Smart, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Horford, and
Robert Williams.
Robert Williams, di ba? Ngayon, Dennis Schroeder is out of the picture.
Yeah.
And if you look at si Schroeder...
Saka si Josh Richardson, wala na rin.
Josh Richardson is out. Schroeder is 4 points. That's his role. Josh Richardson is for defense. You've got White to do both. Okay? Pero, isipin mo yun, yung playing time, sa isang tao lang yun. Di ba? Hindi mo hahatiin sa dalawa. So, yung playing time ng dalawa, i-add mo, bigay mo na kay Derek White yan. Di ba?
Tama.
Ibang guards nila na naiwan.
Peyton Pritchard.
Yan, Peyton Pritchard.
Sino pa? Kita mo, hindi nga natin maaalala yung mga
Nesmith.
Si Derek
Guard ba si Nesmith?
Yeah, I mean, pero just diba, think about
it. Yeah, but name value-wise, Derek White pa rin ang standout.
I think he plays defense well eh. Like, yung iba yung nagagawa, yung iba can shoot eh. Diba? Or can facilitate. He can play defense eh. And I think that's for their playoff push, they need him. So I think he will play.
Actually, I agree very much with what Coach said. Kasi yung mga iba parang, patay. Oo nga, we get it. He got hit when he went to the Celtics. Kasi, syempre, iba pa rin yung starter ka eh. Iba pa rin yung, di ba, sa San Antonio, walang Tatum dun eh. I mean, kahit si Murray, walang Tatum, walang Jaylen. Pero, looking at the bench, actually, they have 3 less roster spots ata, or 4, parang konti na lang ang bench players nila eh. They gave away
kulang nga sa parang ganun.
Parang
may buyout pa raw, so buyout yata sila kukuha.
Pero, given that, I feel like, may makaka 30 minutes feeling ko si Derek White eh. He can back up Jaylen, he can back up Marcus Smart, di ba? So, feeling ko 28 to 30 minutes kayang-kaya niya makuha.
Yeah. Too good. Tama sabi ni Coach, too good to drop or not get playing time. Ito, so Washington rin. Medyo uso Washington eh. KCP neto Avdiha Ishmit or Kispert. Sino pinaka-okay dyan? By rank na lang. KCP siguro.
I mean, for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
Hindi ko piliin si KCP kasi walang sense eh. Alam mo yun? Hindi, I mean, he gives you 3 and steals pero you can get it parang,
anywhere.
Ewan ko kung upside ang hinahanap niya or potential or whatever.
So, Avdiha ka?
Baka Ishmit pa or Avdiha. Baka mas may chance pang talagang may value. Talaga may
din sa iyo, Coach.
Ako, the starting point guard, whoever that is.
Yeah. Neto or Ishmit.
Nandaya ako. Uy, maganda pala sa mga nakikinig at nanonood sa atin yun. Pag sinabing Ishmit, tama yung sinabi natin. Pag sinabing Neto, tama din.
Kasi tama. Hindi tayo nag-commit eh.
Oo. For sure, we did not make a mistake.
Oo.
Tama.
So whoever will start, I think. Tapos, Avdiha kasi has the potential for steals, blocks across the board.
Yes.
Kispert is good pero more for threes and points. So again, you can find players like that on the wire. So
basta sa Washington, si JC, one of our followers, si JC Jasso from the US, was asking din in a group chat kung KCP daw puputok. Sabi ko parang baka same lang. I think the biggest beneficiary talaga would be Kyle Kuzma. Yung talagang biggest beneficiary of any trade mangyayari sa Washington.
The LeBron James of Washington.
LeBron James.
Yun.
Nakita mo naman how he directs the teammates. Yeah, di ba? Being the leader. So, yan? Kuzma. Walang baka I think of all those four, you go with whoever starts. Yun, tama si Coach. Patrick Eusebio, Gio Trieste is watching, Neil, John Ryan Takulin. Thoughts on Cade playing for the rest of the season? Oh, worried na worried na sila about Cade.
Bakit? Dahil
Good
injury. Well, Coach, ano ba yung hip pointer injury? Matagal ba talaga yan?
Pwede, possibly, but hindi naman, it won't keep him out for the rest of the season. Wala.
Okay. Yeah. Ano ba yun? Parang it's just a bruise of the hip or something? Kasi we hear
hindi
that.
Hindi lang magalaw. Baka hindi magalaw.
Yes. So,
yung motion limited, like parang kung kaya mo maganon, baka pag may hip pointer ka, ganun lang.
A bit. Well, mahirap kasi doon, of course.
Well, feeling ko lang ganun eh. Kasi, di ba usually pag hip, ganun.
Hindi, si Coach kasi, siyempre, mas may idea sa mga injuries. Siguro yun din ang advantage niya eh. Alam niya yung mga injuries eh.
Oo.
Well, to be honest, sometimes I ask our PT. Uy!
Diba?
Si Comish nagre-research yan sa internet. Si si Coach meron sariling advisor.
Well, ako, this is my fear with Cunningham. First of all, I just traded for Cunningham. Ang trinade ko si Kuzma. So parang sabi, nakaano ko kasi I got Cunningham, pasok siya dun sa 30-point explosion niya. Sabi ko, okay. Biglang nag-umupo na siya. Oh no. Natatakot na ako kay Cunningham kasi di ba he didn't play at the start of the...
May injury din.
Tapos ang injury niya, tapilok. Tapos napaisip na ako, baka they'll take it easy on him. Kasi yung start nga, they took it easy on him. Tapilok lang yan eh. Ang tapilok niya pa was early on to the training ba or summer league. Parang gano'n.
Yeah. Parang gano'n.
Tapos parang, ba't ang tagal naman mag-heal nito? Parang gano'n. So, ngayon ito, medyo I'm a bit worried to be honest. Diba?
Pero I think siguro maybe something positive to look at. Baka they want Cade to win the Rookie of the Year. So baka Detroit plays.
Yun yung naisip ko. At the very least, for Rookie of the Year, or, well, pasok na siguro siya sa
rookie team.
Rookie team.
Yeah, pasok na yan.
Pero to be clear, Coach, your worry is about the injury, not about his game. Kasi baka...
No. Yes pala. Yes. Injury lang ang worry ko.
Okay.
Nakapayas ako kasi player ko nga, so natatakot ako.
Pat Monreal, Joho Crucillo is watching. Pat Monreal, ito tanong niya, noob daw siya. Westbrook, nasagot na namin yan kanina. Dinwiddie naman, di pa natin masyadong napag-usapan. Dinwiddie, drop na rin. Parang ditong trade deadline, mas marami kang madadrop kaysa mga pulot eh.
Totoo.
Pero yung Dinwiddie, tinanong sa akin, sabi ko, kung anong ginagawa niya sa Washington, I feel na ganun lang rin. I don't know if happy sila sa ginagawa niya sa Washington, pero di ba, it hasn't been good. Feeling ko sa Dallas, it will be like that. There will be good games. But overall, parang with Jalen Brunson there, kahit mag-3 small sila, mag-Doncic, Brunson, Dinwiddie, I don't think na, he'll get to 23 points a game, 20
Among
points.
the three, he's the worst there. So,
yeah, correct.
Jalen Brunson pa rin better than.
The times na gumawa siya sa Washington, wala si Bill.
Yes.
Kasi he had the ball.
Yes.
Of course, Luka will get the ball. Di ba? Parang...
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sonny Arnado watching. Noel Nin watching. Ito, thoughts on Kuzma? Well, Kuzma is the guy in Washington.
Nag-triple-double, di ba, kanina?
Oo.
Pinaka-solid dyan. If you're playing DFS, nagdi-DFS ka ba, Coach?
Hindi.
If you're playing DFS, Kyle Kuzma is $30. And $30, mga ka-level niya, si mga Anthony Edwards, mga 32, di ba? So, just that alone, makikita mo how valuable he is in stats-wise. Okay ba i-drop si Brogdon? Yan. Ito marami rin tanong Brogdon. Marami rin tanong Brogdon. Brogdon for Neto daw. Ayan ganyan nakababa yung value ni Brogdon.
Ayaw ko magsalita. Masakit.
May nagtanong during draft deadline. May nag-drop daw kay Brogdon, pick upin daw niya. Tapos nung pinick up niya, parang marami yata na trade. Nag-worry siya kasi dahil si Haliburton darating. So, is he worry si Brogdon?
Ako, yung health niya pinaka-worry.
Yeah.
Hindi yung play. Kasi Brogdon can play off-ball. And Haliburton can play off ball, I think. In fact, I think that's a good pairing if Brogdon's healthy.
Yun. Actually, yun yung biggest question talaga, the health of Brogdon. If Brogdon plays, walang problem. We're not worried about the role.
Yeah. Duarte is not a threat to Brogdon or Haliburton.
Oo, malayo.
Malayo. And
Duarte can play the 3.
Yes. And
pero he's a small 3. Yun yung problem.
Problem kasi natin kay Brogdon, ang tagal na nating hindi nakita maglaro. Pero tandaan niyo, when he was playing, grabe yung stats niya. Di ba? Threes, good field goal, di ba? Free throw, complete.
Commish,
pero for me, yung mga nagtatanong if they're gonna drop him na, well, for me, naghintay kayo all the way now eh. Parang ilang weeks na siyang wala eh.
Questionable na si Brogdon eh.
Questionable na siya, saka mo siya i-drop. Parang feeling ko, hindi siya masya-shutdown. He's gonna come back. Now, pag comeback niya, baka 1 game lang ba yan? 2 games lang, injured ulit. Hindi natin alam. Pero, benefit of the doubt, kasi sabi nga ni coach, ang galing eh. Ang galing ni Brogdon eh. So, why would you drop him now? If you were gonna drop him, dapat nung na-injure pa lang siya na, ano mo yun, na out siya for 4 weeks or whatever. Dun pa.
Yun yung sabi ko, same doon sa sinasabi ko kay Olynyk na you can drop Olynyk now kasi para pag gumawa siya later on, na-clear na siya sa waiver, may chance ka pa makuha.
Yeah, correct.
Kasi hindi na siya naglalaro ng okay. If you drop later, tapos biglang ginamit siya or may na-injure, wala na, hindi mo na mapipick up kasi hindi ka na pwede mag-claim for the waiver. So,
unahan na lang later, di ba?
So same with Brogdon. I think at this point, tama si Kumish, at this point, just pick him up.
If someone dropped Brogdon and you're in the top 4, pick him up.
Kasi yung isa, drop Brogdon, ang mga options siya to drop, sinabulok lang naman. Alam mo yun, parang no question eh.
Isang question ko kay coach. How do you decide if you're gonna use your waiver priority on a player? Kasi nang common question eh. I mean, nahirap isagot. So, ikaw ba meron kang rule of thumb?
Some of my leagues, we use the rolling FAAB. Bid, di ba?
Yeah.
You bid for the player. But for some na yung waiver priority, normally, I wait till the trade deadline. Kasi yun yung minsan na nangyayari na, for example, yung sino ba to? Si Alexander Walker, si No, di ba? Okay, so nung na-trade siya to Portland, kinuha siya and someone dropped sino ba yun? Parang a valuable player parang gano'n. So, Edge biglang nag-trade pala, tapos naging walang kwenta yung So, yung, I try to pounce on the people who drop. Parang gano'n.
Recently, na-realize ko rin yun kasi may isang league, number 1 ako, ganyan. Tapos parang at times, inisip ko, gamitin ko na kaya. Tapos na-realize ko, sa 3 deadline, baka may magkamali dyan ng drop eh. Yung tipong, baka yung daliri, tapos parang, uy, na-trade si ganito, tapos ito-drop ko na.
Oo, tapos na-drop pala, tapos biglang nag-free up, di ba? Tapos, yun yung best opportunity. Now, tapos na yun, kunyari, may Brogdon, gano'n. Ayan, pwede mo na kunin yan. Kasi, minsan, yung number 1 pick sa waiver is a blessing but it's also a curse. Kasi yung mga mid-level talent dyan na
hindi mo nakukuha.
Di ba parang sayang yung number 1 pick eh. Hindi mo gagamitin. Ito mga kuha lang, di ba?
Yes, tama.
Out on valuable players also. Parang yun yung palit dyan. That's why I like the ruling FAAB ba yung tawag dyan.
Yeah.
Okay, so si Brogdon, Huwag mo i-drop at this point. Yel Samson watching. Renzi. JC Abanilla, do you think may chance pa buyout si Wall? Wala. Mahal yan. Buyout, 30 million yan. Parang Blake Griffin yan. More than pa. Malabo yan. They'll let him, baka off-season trade siguro. Top 3 ads after walang ads, guys. Top 3 ads daw after the deadline. Yun, Ishmit, Raul Neto, yan yung mga mapupulot.
Hindi, Tadyang yan.
Kevin
Vassell, Tadyang, binanggit na namin kanina. Siguro yung third ad.
Pero baka kasi by this time, kung ngayon mo lang tinanong.
Wala na yan. Ako, si Tadyang kasi minsan nakikita ko pa sa sa wire eh. A couple of my leagues, andun pa siya eh.
Yeah.
Ito, coach, banggitin ko tong name, Isaiah Hartenstein. Anong tingin mo?
Sa isang ligo, kinuha ko, tapos biglang kanina, 5 minutes. For top lang.
Ako din, pinick up ko yan. Tapos 5 minutes lang naglaro.
So, ano yun? Ano yung 5 minutes, coach? Anong tingin mo doon? Anong basa mo doon?
Well, kasi ang problema, we were banking on dahil wala na si Serge Ibaka,
Yes.
he will be the 50-50 minutes sila, 50-50 minutes, 50-50 playing time ni Zubac. Ang nangyari yun, okay stats ni Hartenstein. But of course, ang problema natin is sometimes they play small ball, Marcus Morris at the 5, Rob Cobb at the 5. So, all of a sudden, you have 5 minutes of playing time. So,
I think pinaka-problem sa Clippers, fantasy-wise, pinaka-problem sa Clippers, they adjust a lot. Depending on the situations ng game, depending on the matchups. So, yun yung strength ni Ty Lue. So, kaya titignan mo, like Kennard plays ilang minutes lang, tapos in a game, he plays sometimes 20 plus, ganyan. Kasi depende na who's working, who's not. So, I think ganun yung problem.
Feeling ko yung Clippers, their 10-man rotation, lahat doon almost equally good eh. For me, walang yung sobrang way more talented than the others or walang sobrang worse than the others. So,
kasi kung titignan mo, the forward rotation, Coffee, last time, medyo gumawa naman, 3 threes, ganyan. Today, wala naman siya ginawa. Si Kennard naman yung gumawa, 2 threes, 8-10 points, 8-10 points. So,
hot hand. Sino yung hot hand?
Sino yung hot. Pero ang fixture talaga is, pinaka-fix doon, Norm Powell. I guess, yun yung pinaka-safe.
Yeah.
Reggie Jackson.
Pero may si Reggie Jackson, nabangku-bangku din eh. Nung bad player ko kaya bad stretch, parang nabangku-bangku siya. Iba yung, sino bang Pinoy?
Yes.
Si Pinoy.
Bledsoe nung time na yun. Bledsoe.
Bledsoe, correct. So ngayon, Bledsoe out, correct. Si Reggie Jackson, medyo safe.
So I think at this point, si Clippers is not really a good team to have players sa fantasy.
To stream, probably. Kasi si Batum is capable of producing.
Pero hirap mag-stream kasi you don't know sino gagawa eh.
Correct. Pero kunyari lang, no choice ka talaga. Like I said, Batum can give you 2 steals, 2 blocks out of nowhere. Di ba?
I think ang safest stream, Kennard. Yan, ako. Favorite ko yan eh.
Yes, correct. Ako rin.
Yan ang safest stream if you want threes. Kennard. Coffee. Pero as seen kanina, wala rin. Pero baka Hartenstein magkaroon ng value from time to time. Ito yung player na malamang ma-add drop ng maraming beses.
Tama.
Yel Samson, tinatanong, better upside, Ajax or Jalen Smith? Ajax di ba kanina na pag-usapan natin medyo.
Though ako, si Jalen Smith kasi kung if they want, kasi nagtataka din ako why they got him eh.
Weird eh.
Weird eh.
I think the Phoenix just want to get rid of him eh. There's something about his contract yata na hindi nila kaya nang i-keep siya. Parang ganun. They decline player option yata. Parang ganun. So I think that's it. Pero Ajax or Jalen, higher upside?
Ako, Ajax ako eh. Pero what's going for Jalen, may 3-point shots eh. So if they, for example, decide to play him at the 4, baka kasi who's gonna play the 4? Brissett? Wow, parang the future of the Pacers si Brissett.
Actually, yun din naisip ko eh. Baka they play both those players. Like, either Goga sa center and then Ajax sa power forward. Or Jalen sa power forward.
Interesting yun nabanggit ni Coach. Hindi ko na na-consider yun na they could play Jalen at the 4. Yeah. Pwede nga.
Kasi power forward siya eh.
Kasi I think the Pacers,
position niya, power forward talaga eh.
Ito problema ng Pacers eh. Kasi namili sila Sabonis or Turner. With Sabonis is the better player. But why did they choose Turner? Future, di ba? For the future. Ang problema nila, si Carlisle, yung coach nila, ang gusto,
Panado now.
Parang ganun eh. So di ko alam kung baka palaruin nga. Pag pinalaro si Brissett, nakakabwisit yun.
Siguro sabi nung general manager, tanggalin ko na lahat ng pwede mong palaruin. Yung Torrey Craig, gusto mo yan? Tanggalin ko yan.
Si Torrey Craig, 36 minutes. Tapos poor man's PJ Tucker to di ba?
I'm gonna save you from yourself.
Okay, since we're there sa Indiana, may question sa rotation, siguro pwede ko naman may sagutin to. Ajax, Goga, Turner, and Smith, is Ajax worth the add or stash? Wait till he comes back siguro, I guess. Before niya i-drop.
Kasi see, with Turner out, for sure, Goga and Ajax will play. For sure. Jalen Smith ngayon will go three-headed center. Yun yung problema kasi tanggal value sa tatlo yun eh.
Pero ako, doubts rin na Ajax will parang sure si Ajax kasi parang Jalen Smith showed a lot nung wala si Ayton. So, hindi natin masabi, di ba? The Phoenix version of Omer Yurtseven. Di ba? Siya yung gumawa eh. So, parang medyo napaisip din ako, talaga bang sure tong si Ajax? Kasi ang dami ko ring Ajax eh. Baka stash ako for nothing.
But I think one thing going for those who na nag-stash, Turner is out till the All-Star break. So after All-Star break pa siya babalik if ever.
Yeah.
So we get to see kung anong mangyayari. 'Di ba? Kung
assuming bumalik si Ajax before the All-Star break.
Correct.
Kasi wala pa rin siya eh. Although questionable na siya. So at least baka may chance maglaro before the All-Star break. So we'll just see.
Tama. Kung kaya, kapit. Wag i-drop.
Rocco, yan. Robert Covington. Drop na ba? Ito na naman tayo Robert Covington eh. As a Clippers bench.
Kasi kanina 10 minutes lang ata or 12 minutes ang linaro niya. And going back to what we were saying about the Clippers, ganun talaga, there would be games like that na kung sino yung medyo hot, ano yung adjustment na ginawa ni Ty Lue, yun ang lalaroin. Kanina they were playing very small pero hindi siya yung nagamit si Batum, nagamit si Marcus Morris, but overall on average feeling ko he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine sa LA.
Lagi naman tayo ganyan kay Robert Covington. Carvilson Villano watching. Abby Gupio, Abby Ching watching. AJ Velasco, AJ, kamusta? From, saan ka nga ulit? Spain. EJ De Lumban, Gian Bautista. Last few na, Coach. Alam ko, you have to go in a bit. Okay ka pa, Coach? Teka, medyo mahaba yung question. Dame Dollar, pwede na drop. Sabi namin kanina. What to do when you have Smart and White on one team? That's a good problem kasi you won't worry about sinong gagawa. Tama ba? Smart. Yun yung tanong ni John Ray Kasuga.
Tama.
Pag mayroon kang Smart and Derek White, dapat hindi ka na problema kasi you have both. Mas problema ka if you only have one kasi most likely baka isa lang yung gamitin. I think ganun. Is Sengun still a holders? Yeah, pwedeng hold. Luxury hold si Sengun. Kasi iba nasagot na baka hindi naabutan. What to do with Paul George? Paul George. Yan, another. Drop na ba yan?
Ako nasa IL ko eh.
Drop na.
Until I really hear word na he will not suit up.
Yun. Yan ang Josh Lloyd ng Philippines nagsabi niyan. Coach Sandy. Not suit up.
From the mga sources.
Ako hindi.
Coach
mga sources namin, wala.
Pagka dinap nila si Paul George at bumalik, yari tayo. Hindi. Pero ako rin, I think...
Wala pa ako nababasa. Ewan ko kung may nabasa na kayo.
Wala. Good. Nothing good. Na lumalabas out of the Clippers about Paul George. Feb 24, that's the 2 weeks pa.
Yeah.
Yung evaluation date niya. Doon yata siya magde-decide whether he gets surgery or
Pero like Bradley Beal, 'di ba? Yung wording ng release nila parang ganoon eh. Alam mo yung further evaluation. Ay feeling ko lang with Paul George, the difference with Bradley Beal and Paul George, parang gusto niyang bumalik.
Why?
They want, 'di ba?
Why? Playoffs, may chance.
Yes. Yun lang eh. Pero feeling ko by February 24, pag wala pa rin talaga, wala eh. They have no choice. They have to give up. So that's why they're delaying it lang eh. Pero tama si Coach, parang I don't think he's coming back. I mean, pair yun eh. So...
But you still hold it. Kasi what if?
Yes.
How was Paul George for your fantasy playoffs? But I go back to what JJT said. If you need that spot, drop na. If you need that spot, matatanggal ka sa playoffs, drop na.
Luxury stash na or pag marami kang stash. Ito. Meron si Clint Claritan from Cebu. Si Clint Claritan from Cebu to. Meron daw siyang Tatum and Harden. Problem niya, pangit yung playoff schedule nila, week 20. Alam ni Komish schedule week 20 pangit ba? Boston and Nets. Hindi na Nets Philly.
Pangit ang Boston from week 19, 20, 21, I think 22 rin ata. Boston doesn't have a good playoff schedule.
Ang Philly,
okay ang Philly sa later parts Hindi ko alam yung pang 2021.
So kailangan niyang gawin? Should I trade a first rounder? Depende who you get.
Baka naisip niya Brooklyn Harden pero as far as I remember, ang Philly has a good playoff schedule, mga 21 to 23. They have a good playoff schedule. They have a lot of games there. So tingnan niyo.
Hindi to Brooklyn, baka medyo huli ka na sa balita. In case baka hindi mo alam na na-trade na si Harden, Clint.
Pero yung
pero yung anong gusto niya gawin? Let's say bad schedule.
Yung tumitingin ka ba nag-trade ka ba based on that?
Depends on where your team is. Kasi
pag may luxury ka to trade.
Yes, correct. If you have the luxury to trade. Kasi
gumagawa lang nun yung mga nasa first place. Pero first place raw si Clint. Gumagawa lang nun sa first place
Okay, yes. If you have the luxury, go, di ba?
Pero sa mga leagues mo, coach, lahat na tumitingin ng playoff schedule, marunong lahat. Wala ka na uto.
Wala masyado. Dati I was parang nagda-draft pa ako based on playoff schedule. Pero na-realize ko, ang daming variables involved kasi ang ganda ng playoff schedule, hindi naman umabot team ko sa playoffs.
Totoo yun.
Tapos, maganda nga schedule. So sobrang ganda. 4 games in a week. Ang galing ng player. Pinapahinga. di wala din.
Tama.
Ang daming variables Parang there's only so much that you can control. You can parang forecast down the road, pero parang kung magpapalugi ka ng player for a better playoff schedule, ako ayoko.
Ito na lang. Let's not talk about the playoff schedule, pero Harden himself, are you worried where he is now?
Ako hindi.
Kasi medyo bumagsak yung production ni Harden, although baka kasi hindi lang siya masaya and all.
Pero, akala ko lumolobo si Harden.
Lumolobo ulit. Pero, kasi yun lang naman I think yung sagot sa tanong ni Clint, if may makukuha kang player equally good and better than Tatum and Harden, then why not, diba, na good playoff schedule. Pero, ang question na lang, if wala, then do you think Harden is a concern with Embiid?
I think
fantasy-wise.
Kasi kung Harden owner ka, natiis mo na nga yung kasama niya si Durant 'di ba? Parang
so-so lang no?
Oo, so-so lang si Harden 'Di parang okay na yung so-so niya is also good So parang ako okay rin siya with Embiid. Parang I think he'll be okay with Embiid. Ikaw,
Komish?
I'm not worried. I've never been worried about Harden except yung body fat niya. Kung ano yun. kahit nga ganun magaling pa rin in reality. Fantasy-wise pinag-uusapan Fantasy, sabi nga ni coach, kahit na 70% niya, top 5 pa rin nata yan or top 6.
Yeah, correct.
So I don't care. I don't care kung sino kasama niya dyan, kung Embiid man yan or whatever.
Thoughts on Seth Curry? Drop. Johnny nagtatanong.
No.
Seth Curry hold. Actually, good nga siya
Hindi, actually, ito yung sinulat ko kanina people think na bad situation siya, but Kyrie will play half. Kyrie actually has only 9 games left this season. 9 more road games ang Nets this season. So, sinong lalaro ng ibang games? Wala pa si Kevin Durant, wala na si Harden. Siyempre si Seth Curry na, di ba? So, it's actually a good spot for him in a way.
So, Seth Curry over Patty Mills to?
Yes.
Tatanong ko, Komish. Yan. Okay.
I think Seth Curry is a better player than Patty Mills, and he's gonna start for me than over Patty Mills. So Patty Mills ang loser ko dito Siya ang feeling kong babagsak sa 6th man. Pero again, with Kyrie not playing every game.
Ang
may
question
value
lang,
9 games.
Si Seth Curry siguro ang mas kailangan mo i-worry yung health kasi he's been in and out of the lineup for the past ilang weeks na. But yeah, Cyril Alzate, will ties affect Rob Williams? Hindi, no. Ako na sasagot na. Easy, no. Wala siya ma-affect. If meron man, baka si, Horford. They might stagger yung minutes ni Horford and let Tays play to preserve him for the playoffs. Son Merano is watching. Carlo Louis. What do I do? And then, nasagot na natin yan. SGA. Wala, hold, wait. Nothing to do. You can't, ang hirap rin i-trade si SGA because of the concerns of Ako, may SGA ako, 16 team. Hold na lang.
Correct.
Coach, may SGA ka, coach?
Wala.
Umiwas na yata si coach.
Kaya pala, masaya ka this season, coach, eh. Nakikita ko yung joy sa sa'yo, eh.
Ang dami niya wala nung mga
worry. Wala ka, eh.
Medyo nakaiwas ako sa mga injuries. Medyo swerte ako.
Yeah.
Ako may SGA, pero hintay ko na. Kasi All-Star break daw, eh, di ba? And people might not know, pero next week is All-Star break. So, di ba? Hintayin
ito, AJ Velasco. Nagtanong, si Zion daw ba? Drop mo na si Zion, ano ba? Buong year na raw kasi niya inantay, eh. Ako drop na yan. I don't think magbabalik si Zion this season.
Kung may spot ka and you can afford, sige.
Considering nag-upgrade rin ang Pelicans, so they, alam mo yun, parang
some people think na nag-upgrade sila because they have information na babalik pa si Zion this season. Pero feeling ko hindi naman connected.
Pwedeng upgrade yan for Zion to stay and not
Yes. Not about him being healthy this season.
Yeah. And kaya ko na nabanggit na nag-upgrade Pelicans. Kasi even from the Pelicans side, even without Zion, they might be able to somehow contend for that play-in, ganyan. They don't need Zion there para mag-contend. So parang sila yung sila yung nasa playoff side na hindi sila tanking, that they don't need that play.
Si AJ parang hindi nakikinig sa atin, eh. Dati pa sinabi na namin drop mo si Zion. Si
AJ kasi puro girls yung kasama, nakikita ko yun sa stories niya, eh. Mga Spanish girls laging kasama ni AJ. Lagi siya lang yung lalaki. Kaya siguro busy with the girls. Thoughts, tapusin ko lang, malapit na to, coach. If you need to, just let me know.
Okay,
alam ko nag-enjoy ka, coach, pero baka kasi yung matutulog, mapuyat yung anak mo. Thoughts on Schroeder. Napag-usapan natin to, no, Schroeder. Nurkic na lang. May chance ba ma-shutdown? Oo, lahat sa Portland may chance ma-shutdown. I think. Diba? Even Josh Hart, eh.
Yeah. Pero, what are you gonna do? Ride it out, di ba? Wala ka nang choice.
Hindi, pwede mo na i-trade si Nurk.
Yeah, pwede. If you can get someone who, di ba? Pero sino magandang kapalit ba ni Nurkic? Kasi the Nurkic plays, then wow, di ba? Siya lang yung big nun, di ba? So, it can be tempting, di ba? Pero sino te-trade mo? Mabigat.
Wendell? Baka...
Pwede.
Baka pwede si Wendell. Pero actually, naisip ko yan kasi kanina I was looking at Nurkic. Playoff schedule of Nurkic is good. Portland has a good playoff schedule. So, yeah, parang hindi natin mapo-forecast.
Pero siguro among all the shutdown candidates, baka Nurkic is one of the few na baka less likely ma-shutdown.
Kaya minsan pag nagta-target ka ng playoff schedule, tama si coach, minsan pag ma-overthink mo,
yes, correct.
Kunin ko si Nurkic kasi magandang playoff schedule, bigay ko si Jaren Jackson, bigay ko si Jarrett Allen, bigay ko si ganito. Parang, sige, okay lang malugi, pero 12 games yan, eh. What if first week pa lang out ka na? Or what if, di ba? What if...
Yeah. Or you trade Nurkic for... Sino sinabi natin kina? Wendell Carter.
Wendell Carter.
Matas Wendell Carter. Hindi, mamaya si Wendell Carter sinutdown, si Nurkic hindi.
Nga.
Di ba?
Yes. Wala na yung shutdown ngayon, parang...
It can happen to anybody.
Actually, it can happen to anybody.
I believe Nurkic will not get shut down unless he's really injured. Yan ang feeling ko. So, let's see.
Schroeder ba? Nasagot na natin kanina. Schroeder, saan ba napunta si Schroeder?
Schroeder sa Houston, but I think he's gonna be bought out. Yan ang rumors.
Yan, he could end up being a Laker.
Yo.
Yes.
I think.
Tama.
I think malaking possibility yon.
The return of the comeback.
Actually,
Yes.
I'm thinking Chicago yan eh. But let's see.
What to do with Kristaps?
Wala
Wala
akong
ko.
magagawa eh. Hindi mo naman siya pwedeng i-trade and I don't
Among all the
recommend.
players naman na injured na big name stars, he is the most likely to come back. I think.
If you consider Dame and Paul George, yes. Among the three of them.
And SGA. I mean, SGA may
SGA
come back
was-
pero late pa. Pero
No,
late
no.
pa. Baka later pa.
I feeling ko SGA babalik na yan after All-Star break.
Ayan.
Oo.
From Suggs, rest of the season, keep daw ba?
Yes.
Favorite to ni ni Kumish eh.
Oo nga eh. Sige, si coach na muna kasi bias ako.
Ako, yes.
Yes, okay. Jamal Murray, wala. Don't add. Yun na lang. Suggs or Ayo? Yan, magandang tanong. Suggs or Ayo Donsunmu of Chicago?
Probably Ayo. Given the lack of depth of Chicago, tsaka may elite stats si Ayo rin, assists, diba? Tsaka may mga haka-steals din. So, Ayo ako din. Suggs kasi may Cole Anthony eh. May possible faults pa. So doon ako kay Ayo.
Coach, Ayo ka rin or Suggs?
Ako, I'll go Suggs para maiba lang.
Para malito ka. Para ibig sabihin, hindi masagot yung tanong mo.
Ito na naman.
Coach, hindi si Alvin Ayo yan ha.
Ay, okay tayo dyan. Mabait yun. Para pag sinabi nila, pinili si Ayo o si Suggs, di...
Pasok pa din.
Pasok pa rin.
Ito, kilala ko to si Abby Ching. Mahilig to sa fantasy.
Suggs ako kasi less chance of... Ako, pag bumalik na yung mga ibang Chicago, pati si Green picking up eh. So, parang baka mas less threat kay Suggs. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Nako, favorite ni Jeremy yan. Si
Sino?
Javonte.
Favorite yan.
Okay. Si Green, di ba? Galing din eh.
Papi Roy watching. Papi Roy. Kamusta ka dyan? Teka. Isaac, babalik pa ba?
Nako, wala. Hindi, feeling ko hindi na. This season, hindi.
Isaac. Jonathan Isaac.
Si
And
Isaac,
Fultz.
lalaro na daw Isaac go.
Yun, assign na. Kakasign lang.
Yun ang lalaro.
Yun ang...
Pero si Jonathan Isaac could actually have played already eh. Matagal na siyang ready eh, pero hindi lang siya nilalaro. So for me, wala silang intention of playing him this year. Yun ang nakikita.
Yeah.
If ever, tingin nyo ba mala JJJ yun? Kasi diba last year si JJJ sobrang dulo na, parang 4 games, parang useless. Diba? Parang ganun eh.
Hindi,
Yes.
pero in fairness to Isaac, posible nga mangyari, pero in fairness kay Isaac, wala namang pinapromise si Orlando. Anong nangyari kasi kay JJJ? Babalik na raw next month. Hanggang mucha patapos na yung season. Wala.
Dami
Pero-
din last year kay JJJ, di ba?
Tapos this year, nakasulit kasi bumagsak.
Yes, exactly.
Pero
si
Isaac, hindi siguro babagsak kasi bagsak na yan next year for sure.
Hindi, pero si Isaac, tama si Coach. Feeling ko pwede siyang bumalik. Pero alam mo yun, yung mga tipong 3 games, and then rest, 1 game. Parang ganun. Maraming nagsastash for the hope of Isaac before. Hindi ako pabor sa ganun eh. Parang
Kunin mo na lang sila Thomas Bryant. Yun na lang mga kunin mo. Targetin mo.
Tapos abangan mo na lang. Once you hear the news, pick him up kagad, di ba?
Yes.
Yes. Yun na lang.
Pero
wala.
yung mga Jamal Murray, yung mga Michael Porter Jr., Isaac, Kawhi Leonard, I would not recommend.
Drop ko na nga si Kawhi kasi naghanap lang ako ng ma-add na injured player. Larry Nance.
Wala na, di ba? Season-ending surgery, tama ba?
Hindi, 6 weeks out.
6 weeks as end the season na yun.
Tapos na wala. Malimat ko.
Wala.
Serge Ibaka. Ito na lang, last, before we end. Serge Ibaka. Fantasy value sa Milwaukee. Meron ba? Back up ni Bobby Portis. Hindi naman siguro niya ma-unseat si Bobby Portis, no?
I don't think so.
Yun yung worry ko kasi malakas yung mga Bobby Portis teams ko eh.
Yan. Ako may Bobby Portis din ako sa ibang team.
Kaya parang nag-worry ako nung napunta si Ibaka, baka mamaya balik sa bench. Pero this is just a sign na mukhang malabo na si Brook Lopez in case nag-stash wine.
Yes. Pero tingnan mo na lang rin lang. Kung wala si Ibaka, wala yun namang mag-sub-de Portis kundi si Greg Monroe. So parang wala it doesn't affect Portis. Portis cannot play 40 minutes naman eh. They have to give him 28-30 minutes lang. Yun na effective siya at that number of minutes eh. So yung minutes na upo siya, now you have Ibaka. Mas may value siya sa Bucks than the Clippers though. That I would give him. Mas may value siya sa Bucks tingin ko. Kasi yun nga, walang
Pero do you add 14 team?
No.
I'd rather add Zach Collins para for
actually Zach Collins ako binabantayan ko ni Zach Collins eh. If I can add, tinatimean ko lang kasi parang too early pa eh.
Remember the Spurs gave him a 3-year contract, $22 million.
While injured.
So sabi pa ni coach kanina yung trading Tad Young, trading Eubanks. All the trust of the franchise.
All the signs na nandun. And they were willing to trade Potel.
Yes. May balita pa, di ba? Yeah.
Diba? So, willing sila to trade Potel. So, that means they will leave without a center talaga. So, they can... So, Zach Collins, baka ito yung maging Olinik of this season. Yan ang nakikita ko. Could be the Olinik. So, pero when to add him? Kasi ngayon, 13 minutes, 15 minutes.
There's no need kasi he's still under the radar. Mas nauuna pa sila Tad Young, Kleber, etc.
Yeah.
But keep him on your watch list.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, he wasn't traded, but others in his position were traded. Parang tinabi sila for him to have more opportunities.
Yes.
So, yun yung, and hindi talked about kaya parang secret.
Hindi talked about, but you can already see the fantasy stats that he provides. Diba 13 minutes, 5 points, 7 rebounds. Solid na eh. So, just keep an eye.
4 months Hartenstein, di ba?
Baka better pa eventually eh. If he plays mga 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes.
Hartenstein, ang daming kalaban eh. Kung tinatago mo si Hartenstein, but ito na lang, di ba?
Actually,
yes.
Better.
Yes.
Better yun.
For the Spurs, si Keita Bates-Diop, he's the 4, he's not the 5, di ba?
Yes. Si Jack Landale.
Ayun, Jack Landale. May isa pa pala.
Pero wala yun.
Di ko kakilala yun eh. Alright, guys, that's it. Ang daming questions. Coach, thank you very much for gracing. Hopefully, nag-enjoy ka. And
enjoy.
May tatanungin ako sa iyo, Coach, offline mamaya. Hintayin mo. Pagkatapos natin magpaalam.
I just want to thank you kasi parang hindi ako parang ang saya ng meron ganito kasi hindi naman tayo nagsasabing mas alam natin yung sinasabi natin. We could be wrong. Pero ang sarap na may exchange kasi that's how you get info, di ba? So, the mere questions ng mga nakikinig yun, thank you. Kasi pati ako napapaisip, parang... So, ang galing kasi tulungan tayo dito. Kasi ako din, di ba? I benefit from all of this. So, thank you. Thank you for that.
Ako dito bottom feeder dito, Coach. Pagkatapos namin mag-record ni Eric, lahat nung napag-usapan namin, i-add ko yan. Dahil nakuha ko yung information sa kanya.
Trivia ko lang, Coach, ha? Alam mo sa barkada namin, ano mong tawag kay Jeremy?
Kamukha daw tayo, Coach.
Pwede!
Matagal na. Nung college pa kami, ang tawag kay Jeremy, either Yeng Yao or Coach Sandy. Pinakamukha niya. So, nag-meet na rin kayo finally.
Actually, nung nag-on siya, kamukha ko nga si Coach Sandy, medyo kahawig. Alam ko marami akong kahawig, pero parang si Coach Sandy medyo close nga. Kasi dati, kino-compare nila Coach Yeng eh.
Yan. Kung nagmura ka, Coach Yeng.
Pero pag clean language, tayo? Coach Sandy tayo. Coach Sandy, thank you. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow for our Daily Fantasy Quickie. Bye! Thanks. Coach!